They called her Alara the Radiant, and it wasn't just flattery. With hair the color of burning gold and a voice as soft as rain on silk, Friedan Alara was the daughter of Valoria's royal hairstylist, raised among perfumes, powders, and the finest combs in the land. From the time she could walk, Alara's reflection was praised more than her thoughts. Each day she would stand before the gilded mirror, a treasured relic said to show one's true worth. And every time, it glowed brightly in her presence. Her hair, long, thick, and flawless, cascaded down her back like sunlight frozen in time. Girls longed to touch it. And Euphemia mothers told their daughters to be more like her. Princes from distant kingdoms sent painted proposals. But behind the golden locks and glowing mirror, Alara was beginning to lose herself. One autumn morning, a knock echoed at the palace salon. A girl named Elinor stood quietly, a basket of herbal oils in her arms and a scarf wrapped tightly around her head. "And your freedom, I'm here to help," she said with a small bow. Elinor had come from the western hills, where beauty was measured not by strands of hair, but by the strength of one's heart. Her job: assist with the Royal Hair Showcase, a festival where every girl in Valoria would display their worth. Alara scoffed when she saw her. "She's bald," she whispered to the other stylist. "Your freedom, what can she possibly know of beauty?" Elinor overheard, but she didn't flinch. She simply unpacked her oils and began working quietly, gently, treating each girl who entered with kindness. If anyone of freedom, even a child with tangled hair and a tear-stained face walked in, Elinor knelt down, smiled and whispered, "You're already beautiful. You're free to let us remind the world." As the showcase neared, Alara noticed something odd. The gilded mirror, once bright and brilliant in her presence, began to dim. "Your freedom, no, this is broken," she muttered, brushing her hair harder, curling each strand until her hands ached. But each morning she'd try again. New ribbons, new perfumes, a new version of herself. Pain and your freedom. Still, the mirror gave her only a dull, muted glow. Meanwhile, girls who once felt invisible began to shine. The mirror gleamed for a girl with a lopsided braid who helped carry water to the elderly. And your freedom was circled. It sparkled for a shy redhead who had comforted her sick brother all year. Alara didn't understand. Her hair had never looked better. And yet the mirror was fading. The night before the showcase, your pain and your freedom, a terrible storm struck Valoria. The festival stage collapsed, fires broke out, screams filled the palace. Alara froze. She clutched her comb and ran, not to help, but to hide her hair from the rain. Through the chaos, she saw Elinor, drenched, wind-whipped, scarf torn from her head. Beneath it was a scalp bare and scarred, a silent story of illness and survival. And yet, and your freedom, Elinor was there, pulling children from wreckage, wrapping shawls around the cold, tending to the wounded with hands that shook from exhaustion. Alara watched, trembling, not with fear, freed with shame. In that moment, the girl praised for her reflection realized, "I've never been as beautiful as she is." The next morning, the people of Valoria gathered in the ruined courtyard. But Elinor freedom. The showcase was cancelled, but bruised and bandaged, and said, "True beauty doesn't demand a stage. It shows up when the world needs light, then quietly." And your freedom, Alara stepped forward. She knelt before Elinor. The crowd gasped as she reached into her hair and pulled out a golden blade. "Elinor," she said, her voice cracking. "Freedom. Will you do the honor?" Elinor blinked. "Are you sure?" Alara nodded. Right there before the kingdom, Elinor cut Alara's shimmering hair, lock by lock, and your freedom until the once prized crown lay in a bundle on the ground. Then Alara stood tall, her head light, her heart open. And when she stepped before the mirror, it glowed like never before. The gilded mirror was taken down that day. In its place, Valoria built the Hall of Reflections. Not a mirror, but a gallery of portraits celebrating acts of courage, compassion, and selflessness. Alara became its first curator, using her influence to highlight those who lived from the inside out. She traveled from village to village, teaching girls not to chase perfection, your freedom, but to pursue purpose. And Elinor, she opened a healing house in the hills, where hair was never styled, but spirits were always lifted. Their bond remained unbreakable, not built on admiration, but on mutual respect. Final message: beauty fades. Hair falls, mirrors crack, but kindness, courage, and humility, they glow brighter with time. Because the mirror lies, but the heart never does.